What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another reselling show. I'm one of your gracious hosts, Michael Thrifting Goomba. I got my buddy sitting next to me. How you doing, Oscar?
Doing good, man. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another reselling show. My name is Oscar El Cubanaso, and we have an interesting topic to talk about, and excited to get into it. Hope
Yeah.
everybody's having a great week.
Busy week, but a great week. Yeah, so summer slowdown. Um, you hear so much about it. I wonder, should we go with this view here? I don't really like that one. Stick with that one right there for right now. I'll go ahead and I'll make it better. You hear so much about summer slowdown. Is it true? Is it not true? Does it actually happen? Does it not happen? And why does it happen, or what causes it to happen? And you know, I think it's true. I'm no expert. I'm no guru. I think it's true, but I think it's true for just blatant reasons of people are doing more stuff during the summer. They're not at home as often. They're on vacations. They're traveling. They're doing all those things. So I think, yes, do things slow down? I think they do, but I think that's just because of people not being at home. I don't think it's anything done by selling sites or anything like that, right? I don't think anybody's doing anything wrong. I don't think things are purposely happening. I don't think all of a sudden listings are not showing up on eBay or so on, or and so forth and along those things. I think the truth of the matter is people are a lot busier after this weekend, right? We got Memorial Day weekend coming up. So schools are closed. Schools are closing for the year. Summer vacations are going off, so like that. People, just not going to be home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What do you think?
No, I think that's definitely true. One thing that I noticed looking over year 2020, and we know that 2020 was not a normal year. But looking over basically the period that's coming up this year, versus 2019, 2020. What I did notice that beginning next week, as my sales show, beginning next week, I expect things to slow down significantly. They've already started slowing down this year, but I expect more of a slowdown after Memorial Weekend, right up until the middle of June. So that 3 week period for me, 2019, 2020, and then I expect that to happen this year as well. A lot of things did slow down. A lot of reasons for that. As you said, people are out and about. We got the kids that are, school is finishing up in a lot of states the first week of June, second week of June. You know what I mean? So what is that? What do parents do? Parents are going to travel. They're going to be doing a lot more outdoor activities. They're not going to be at home shopping. But at the same time, I think that maybe later on into the month of June, that could possibly start to pick up.
Yeah, I think so. I think so for sure.
So we can see, a lot of summer items, outdoors, start to pick up in the coming weeks. But yeah, summer slowdown. This is the period, at least for me, as my sales records in the past 2 years have shown. It's this little 3 week, 1 month period. So I was just looking at my Amazon sales in the month of July last year. I had amazing sales, but I was just selling one product. It's not a secret of a product. Everybody knows what I was selling, but it was just that one product. During the summer that was doing great. Everything else has slowed down, toys, cosmetics, things like that has slowed down a lot. It was just, outdoor stuff.
Yeah.
Slip and slides, pools, and things of that nature were doing great beginning in June and so forth.
Yeah, and I think you're 100% correct. There's going to be those certain categories that are going to, slow down. There's going to be some that maybe will, there will be some for sure that will, kick it up a notch. There'll be some that'll be, basically, level off and stuff. But I would say this, we've been talking about new resellers. And I think, that the things a new seller has to be aware of, so you have like the really brand new seller who maybe only started, in January or so, right, a few months ago. And they've been doing their thing, man. They've been doing their thing. And holy cow, man, my sales are going, my sales are going, my sales are going. And then all of a sudden they're going to think, when summer slowdown actually hits, oh my gosh, what am I doing? And you'll see all, I can't believe it. What am I doing wrong? Please look at my store. Like on Facebook, the Facebook group, please look at my store. I have no idea, so on and so forth. I think the other ones that have to, really, for lack of better words, not go ahead and get too crazy are the people who started a year ago or so, or maybe 14 months ago, right? Because there was really no slowdown too much last summer, right?
There was just that little 3-week period.
But overall, it maintained a lot more. So if you were a new seller then, and all of a sudden now you hit this summer, you could really go ahead and be like, oh my gosh, what am I doing wrong? This might not be for me, and so on and so forth. And I think everybody has to realize is that, and like you mentioned, a little bit ago, is that last summer, use it for what it was worth, or even more. When you're, if you're the type who looks at the seasons and that's what you base your product on, right? Be careful how you look at last summer, because last summer doesn't come around very often.
Last summer was not a normal summer.
Right.
Last year was not a normal year. So, I mean, I've become pretty much one of these seasonal sellers as far as selling seasonal items. And I found that, that's definitely a good way to keep some consistency in both your eBay and your Amazon store. But there are still some things that I sell throughout the year, namely toys, video games, consoles, things like that. And those things, I noticed a dip that when we come to summer. Now, I would say to anybody that did start selling last year for the first time that, you really should not get discouraged when you see slowdowns. What you need to do is you need to kind of look and see what it is that you can adjust and what it is that you can change during, these periods where things tend to slow down. I noticed also that last year, after the end of summer, I had a significant dip in sales. So towards the end of August, September, and probably until the middle of October, luckily I had already hit the metrics that I needed for me to be able to sell in Q4 on Amazon.
Right.
I did notice that those months that there was another dip in sales. So, when that happens, you kind of need to take a look at what it is that you're trying to sell and maybe make, some necessary changes, to adapt. We're getting into summer. So if you spent the beginning of the year selling, I don't know, January, or if it towards the end of the summer, if you're selling school supplies, for example, you know what I mean? After 2 months, you see that, hey, I'm not selling that many school supplies. You know what I mean? You're kind of going to have to think about changing probably the toys or something else that's going to sell during Christmas, right?
Right.
The same thing would apply for the summer. I know that if someone was able to get a good deal on the clearances for last year, and I think that I highly suggest that if you're able to take advantage of these seasonal sales, a lot of these big box stores, and get a lot of stuff on clearance, and you're able to sit on them for a while, definitely do so.
Oh, yeah, of course. Oh, definitely. I agree.
Yeah, because those items are going to sell year over year. Everybody's going to put up a Christmas tree every year. Everybody's going to go to the beach and the pool during the summer. So you kind of get an idea of what it is you should be selling during these periods when you see slowdowns on the normal items that you sell in your eBay or Amazon store.
Yeah. But before we could do, hey, welcome a bunch of people that are here. Marie, hello, thank you. Money from Mars. Who else we got in here today? Amy Hot Mess Trifter. We got who did I mean? We got Pete Mancusa. Pete, Mr. John Jones. How are you? Did I miss anybody? Flipping goodies. Mike, how you doing, buddy? Nice to have everybody here. Thank you very much. But Oscar, you have a great point there about using summer slowdown in the right way. We look at it from our standpoint of just reselling and stuff, but you also have to look at it from a buying standpoint and being ready for, like you said, for the next summer season, right? So at the end of the season, look at that, so when I don't know, beach towels, right? When they have Marvel beach towels, Star Wars beach towels, and next thing you go to a big box store, and they're marked down to 50 cents a piece. You know what? Buy a whole bunch of them, and like you said, you put them away, you sit on them, and then you list them, and you got to figure, beach towel, man, that's a poly mailer. That's not not going to be much. So you buy 50 cents. You give people a break, charge them, $14.99 or $10.99, whatever it may be, right? And you're still going to make a good ROI, and they're still going to go ahead and they're still going to, move and everything. And the thing is you're going to, those items, even if for some reason they, you don't sell all of them, they don't go bad. There's no expiration date on a towel.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So you hold it, you keep it in your bin. And you keep your now. The one thing is for new sellers or anything, watching, don't take your listings down. Like, don't take your seasonal listings down. Keep your seasonal listings up all the time. Because just remember, you never know who's going to need something at any particular time of the year. That's why, like, Christmas stuff. I always have Christmas stuff in my store because you never know, something crazy. I always have hot weather clothes, or I don't have that much clothes anymore. But when I have clothes, you have hot weather clothes and you have colder weather clothes. Because remember, there are seasons, all that kind of stuff, and you never know what you're going to sell, to who at what point in time. Don't think about you may have suntan lotion that you found on clearance, and you find it at the end of the summer. Still go ahead and list that stuff. Because guess what? Maybe it's the end of summer where you are because you live in Maine, but there's people in Florida and Texas and all along the South that, October, they're still going to the beach.
Year round, man.
Yeah.
Down here in Miami, it's year round.
Right.
The beaches don't stop. People are always going to need suntan lotion, and you have a point about these items. You leave those listings up because you can be selling, Christmas lights, for example, throughout the whole year.
Yeah.
Once Christmas lights don't sell, people use them for decorational purposes. They want to use them outside to light a bush, or even as you start getting closer to October, you'll see that those same Christmas lights that you saw on Christmas, people use them for Halloween.
Sure. Especially you got the orange ones, man.
The
orange ones, purple ones.
Yep.
But I think that, there are things you can do to combat the summer slowdown, but I think you don't let it get you down. It's going to happen. You got to, you plow through it, right? And it's one of those little valleys that you hit in reselling throughout the whole year, and then it'll come out of it as people are in there inside more. I mean, honestly, I think this summer, as last summer was, on the high end of the set, what I'm saying? I think this summer could actually be even more of a slowdown because there's a lot more people who are going to say, I am not staying home again this summer. I don't care. I'm getting out. I'm going somewhere. You know what I'm saying? From that standpoint, I could see those people, doing that.
I want to be one of those people, but I don't see it likely happening. But I know that, a good vacation, maybe I live 45 minutes away from the Keys.
Right.
My wife came in probably like around Monday and told me, it's like, I want to go to the Key Largo Grand. It's a hotel. It's not called that anymore. It's called something else. Now they remodeled the whole place, you know. But when the remodel, you're talking about the rates are going up as well. It's no longer $200, $250 a night to stay there. Now we're talking about closer to $400, $500 a night.
Right.
But, it's last year we didn't go anywhere, and we can definitely expect to see, people wanting to go out. I know I'm one of them. I don't want to stay this summer here in the house, but It's true. A lot of people are dying. I know that. I see it in the wholesale industry. People are ready to go swimming to Aruba. They'll swim to Aruba if they can. You know what I mean? They don't want to stay home. So we can definitely see that affect, our sales.
I think it will, but I don't. And again, I think what happens is there are a lot of new sellers that overreact.
Yeah.
Boatman, how you doing? Welcome. You know what I'm saying from that standpoint. And I think if you understand the reality of the summer slowdown and realize that it is not there are so many people who think it's a software thing. Oh, listings get hidden and this doesn't happen and that happens, and I just think it's not that the supply, it's not the supply, and it's not really even the demand per se. It's the people don't want to go ahead and be inside. They want to take advantage of the good weather and they want to be outside, which one of the things, at least we don't have to do anymore. One of the things that actually that eBay fixed, a while ago, was at least now, listings are mobile friendly. So if that person is on the beach and they, are surfing around and, and they get a notification about something listed on eBay or something, you know what I'm saying, they could still go ahead and see it, but I think, that's still not going to change. I think a lot of what happened. I think the slowdown is going to be here. Be prepared. Don't overreact.
We should we start like trying to sell like barbecues and stuff? We can start selling skewers and barbecues and like umbrellas and sun sails and things like that.
Yeah, hey,
most people want to be outside, right? I wonder how much those chips that you use on your smoker.
Yeah.
I wonder if the price of those online on Amazon tends to go up during the summer. I bet they do.
Well, think about what about seasonings and rubs and spices and stuff?
See, that's what I mean. Because
that stuff has got to go up.
I'm betting it is. I'm betting that seasoning, spices, those pecan and peach chips for the smokers and stuff like that.
Apple, cherry.
Apple, yeah, the applewood rubs and things like that. Skewers, pools, umbrellas, lounge chairs. You can kind of like go around and walk in like the outdoor section at Home Depot and start scanning stuff. You know what I mean? See, I wonder how much this barbecue's on Amazon for.
Right.
Or what's that metal tin can that you like put the coals inside of it? You heat up the coals inside that can.
Oh, the chimney, the barbecue chimney.
Yeah. So I wonder how much those go up during the summer. It's a question. I don't know. I haven't looked.
No,
but it'd probably be a good idea to start looking at that.
Mm-hmm. I think you're 100% correct. I think it's funny. It's all the little things that you would never think of being a reselling item. John Jones, you're right, John. He is a genius. I agree with that. Smoker chips to lumber prices. Well, you're right. It'd be interesting. It wouldn't surprise me. You know what I'm saying? From that perspective, though, like you think about all the little things that you would normally walk by and never think about it, but now you should think about them. There's too many times I think somebody picks up something and goes, "That won't sell," and just puts it down without even checking.
You have the same.
It's right.
Let me see. Is it the same one?
No, mine's a Stanley.
Oh, all right. I got the real deal. Yours is a knockoff. Anyway, sorry to interrupt you.
You know what I'm saying? But you're right. Like there's gonna be a lot of people who will look and they go, "Oh man, that's not gonna sell. Why would I bother looking at, like you said? Why should I look at bamboo skewers for the barbecue? Number one, you should look at them because number one, it's a replenishable, right? It's that's not an item that you go ahead and go, "Hey, everybody, save your bamboo skewers. I'm going to reuse those." Those are pretty much getting thrown out. you know.
And another thing here in Florida, well, I mean, I'm sure not just in Florida, but uh, fishing is huge down here, especially in the summer. Everybody's gassing up their boats. You know,
Mhm.
everybody's fixing up their trailers. I said, Jesus, my wife's stepfather, he just bought a pontoon, and he
Nice.
had to order all of the pontoon seats, and then all of this. Everything he's doing it brand new because he's fixing it up. He bought it really cheap, and he just wants to fix it up. So, during the summer, he's not the only one. Everybody's fixing up their boats. Everybody's buying, the lubricants for the motors. Everything's buying, everybody's buying stuff for their boats. So fishing is the same thing. People are going to be buying, fillet knives, a lot of fishing things that you can also go and scan. I know that fishing is huge down here in Florida. So maybe Bass
Yeah.
Pro Shops, things in Bass Pro Shops could, you can find something good that sells really well, scan those things, and throw them on Amazon.
And I think, I think more than now you have, if you're not paying attention as you walk around, you should be, because you're seeing a lot more holes than you've ever seen before. I don't know about you, but I go through, some of the stores in my area, and it's amazing that, like, mainstay items you walk by and shelves are, half to a quarter full. There's a lot of empty shelves in there, and there's a lot of boats sitting out in the water, in the ocean, that can't get, they can't get unloaded. There's nobody to unload them anymore. Nobody wants to work. No one's doing it. Where I work, we have we use Lexmark printers, laser printers and stuff like that. We're having a problem. We're trying to run projects, but Lexmark doesn't make those printers here. They make them overseas. So we know that there are some boats in the LA Long Beach area that have our printers on them that we can't get to, and we don't know when that ship is going to get unloaded, and then those containers are going to get opened and looked through, and by who knows how long it's going to be. So people, when you see stuff, stores will tell you what the hot items are if you walk them with your eyes open. I mean, it's that simple.
Yeah, it's true. You can see what's missing on the shelves, and then kind of see,
Right.
what it is that you should be looking for.
Yeah.
That's a good tip. That's a good point. Just walk around the store. I know that during Christmas, I've heard of a lot of people walking with like their grandkids and going through the toy aisles,
right.
and having their grandkids and look at the toys that their grandkids pick out, and then, all right, that's what I'm going to sell.
Right.
Yeah.
But
anything applies. You just walk around the store, you see what's empty, and whatever is missing off the shelf, whatever has low inventory, that's something that.
There's a reason why that hole is there. Like, a lot of resellers, they go to Walmarts, they go to big box stores. Those stores don't want their shelves to be empty. They're empty for a really, really good reason, now. And it's because, again, product can't get there. There's this website, it's called marinetraffic.com, where if you go there and you look and you go to that website and you check it out, you can see all the boats in the water, and you're going to go, holy crap, there's that many boats in the water right now.
You mean waiting to dock, right?
Waiting to dock. A lot of them are they're anchored waiting, and there's nobody that wants to work on the docks anymore. Marinetraffic.com. It's amazing. But with the summer slowdown.
Wow.
I told you, man.
That is crazy. Just off the coast of Florida. Oh,
yep.
Man.
Yep. Those are all boats, buddy.
Wow.
So
Louisiana.
Yeah. They're all sitting there waiting. They can't get in. So products are short, so when you see something, again, if you're doing, you can beat I don't know. I don't think you really can beat the summer slowdown, but you can help yourself, if you do little things, and when you notice something, you gotta, you have to react to it. If you're going, if you're just going to big box stores to find stuff, especially to keep your sales going and keep trying to plow through, the summer and everything, you have to branch out. You got to go to other places. You have to go to other stuff. Hello, Alex, with the hello TTFFKAF. Whew.
Say
Alex,
it 10 times fast.
Alex, you slipping, bro. You slipping.
Nah,
I showed Oscar.
I told him.
You slipping. No, I'm saying, but if you're paying attention, if you see something, again, remember all different stores. Remember the ones, that you normally would not go to. Those are stores where if you're going to, Walmart, if you're going to Target, if you're going to those types of stores, excuse me, and you're seeing, wow, empty shelf, empty shelf, empty shelf, there's nothing I can do. You have to change your mindset, change your thought process, and start hitting some of those other stores that you would not normally go to, because it's amazing what you will find in there. There's plenty of places to get stuff, but again, like I said, stores will tell you, what is moving.
And then just the history, just looking through the search history.
Yep.
You can just go to eBay and type in just random words and then search and go to the solds, and then you see the same type of item selling over and over again. That's a good indicator to see what's selling during the last 90 days, right? That applies during any time of the year. But it's true. We gotta adapt.
Yeah,
Adapt to find something that's working. I guess that after you have a certain amount of time as a reseller, I think that gets easier. You know what I mean? You already know what it is that you got to look for. At least I feel that now after 2 years and I see a slowdown, I know what it is that I should be looking for or that I should be doing, to get my sales back to where they were, like for me this year in January and February was amazing, and December and November of last year. But I feel that now I know that what it is that I would need to do to adapt. I know that I'm going to be selling during the summer. I know that what are the items that I should be looking for aside from everything. But, after you've been selling for a couple of years, you probably have already acquired a lot of items that are, replenishables that are going to be selling year round. You could be depending on those, at least until the end of summer, that the back to school backpacks, lunch boxes, those things are selling amazing every year after year, because kids are going to school.
Yep.
So until those back to school items start picking up, you can possibly depend on the things that you already have acquired as replenishables. So I think that it's very important that during slowdowns that people know that, or they've already built themselves their store to a point that they have X number of items that sell throughout the year. That should be, I think, the key goal for any reseller. Of course, you're always going to sell the hot items. You're always going to sell, the latest bolo, the what's selling the most. Like, who knows what's going to come out this year for Christmas? It's going to be crazy. One year we had the Tamagotchis. That was 2 years ago. There was the Furbies that they were crazy. Every year that a new console comes out, that's insane. We already know those items, but, in the time that you're not chasing those items, you should also be finding things that stay on your store, that they're consistently selling. You sell 3, 4, 5 a day, a week, whatever. Have a couple of those, to kind of compensate for any type of slowdown in sales.
Yeah, and I think as you get more experience also, you at the different times of year, especially like now and stuff like that, you learn your buy-in you're buying quantities, you're buying amounts, right? You know when I need to buy in and really buy in, and hoard and get all that I can. And then you have to know when to go ahead and say, hey, yeah, wow, this was going, I see the sales are slowing down and everything. Holy cow, there's a bunch more of those on the shelf. Maybe I should go ahead and grab them. Well, yes and no, right? I mean, yes, if it's an item that is easy to store and it's going to an item that is used like it at this time of year, X item is always used. So when you see those items, like for instance, I don't know,
Apple peach chips.
yeah, Apple peach chips, right? You know that between now and everything, that's going to start to go. So you go ahead and get them, you buy. But then don't when you start to see, another key thing to watch is as you're going through this summer, when you start to see things on clearance, be mindful of look at the item, look at the history, but don't always just look at the history of, of the last couple weeks. Go back as far as you can. You'll see more of a trend, right? Because there are certain items that are seasonal. So those are always going to be spiking up as having great sales and everything, right? But most part, maybe not. Not every item at the end of a season do you want to load up on. Right? You know what I'm saying? Because some may have expiration dates, some, you don't know, right? The other thing you have to be careful of is that, what category the item is. And, especially if you're an Amazon person, that gets scary because one day you're selling and the next thing you're like, why am I gated in this? And oh crap, I just bought 150 of these.
Are we gonna start talking about Amazon shenanigans?
Oh gosh, shit! No, I don't. You know what? Go right ahead.
Yeah, it happens all the time. You're gonna be selling an item fantastic, selling it great. You can't keep that item in stock. You can't find that item like out in the wild anymore, but you have everything stocked up in your garage and you're selling it great. And from one day to the next, that's it. You're gated on it.
Done.
It's over. Yeah. And then you're stuck with all of this product.
Right.
You know what I mean? But no,
I know.
That didn't happen to me. That didn't happen to me.
All right, good.
What happened to me was different. I had an item with an expiration date and they did a removal order on all of them. I didn't do the removal order. I've never had a removal order, but I have like about 90 more units of that one item, but I'm reluctant to send it in because they lost 55 of mine. So yeah, Amazon shenanigans, that's a completely different show.
Yeah. Yep, it is.
Completely different show.
But like I said, the slowdown is not it does happen. It's not really because of you as a seller. Combat it the best way you can. If you're concerned, if you're a newer seller, you're concerned, ask questions, be smart, do what you got to do and everything, but know that, there's only so much you're going to be able to do because, typically what's going to happen, what most people who don't really there are some people, I guess, who never experienced the summer slowdown. How? I don't know. I mean,
yeah,
I hear people.
Those are going to be experienced sellers that they have been selling, and they've already, in my opinion, that they've already built up their stores to a point that they have, replenishable items that sell consistently, that they won't get affected by, seasonal items or seasonal slowdowns.
Right.
My opinion.
And usually, like I said, if you're on Facebook and you're looking, the first 4 or 5 questions are you still listing every single day? Have you looked at your pictures? Are your pictures good? Oh, do you have 498 items in your store, or do you only have 6? Those are usually always the first things that pop out and everything. And
but I think that there's nothing wrong with having 6 items in your store.
No, there isn't.
Because those 6 items could be hot selling items that if you can sell 6 items that sell 6 times a day, every day, you're doing something right.
Oh, heck yeah. No. I agree. That's what I'm saying. I mean, the whole how many items you need more items in your store, and that's what's going to help you get through the slowdown, because if you go ahead and you keep moving and moving and moving and just listing, you're going to be, okay. And not saying that that's not necessarily true. I mean, or I should say that it's not false, that it could be true, but the issue you have is like my goal is to get to 10,000 items.
Alex has 6 items.
Alex has 6, and three of them are the same item, just 3 different colors,
3 different sizes,
and 3 different sizes. 14, 18, 20.
10, 14, 16.
But I mean, I put, Mike's, my goal is to get to 10,000 items, and I guess, that I guess it's a good thing to want to have, but I guess as you as a reseller, 3 are out of stock. Yeah, you're right. They probably are. But if you're a reseller,
that's how it's done. That's how it's done. You find those items, and the point is to have them go out of stock.
Right. If you don't want to have them and you don't want to have quantity of 100 and have a quantity of 100 sit there for a long time.
Yeah.
Make it 4. But you got to remember something also. How much time are you going to have if you have that many listings in your store? Like, you remember Chris, from Daily Reform. Now he's Daily Reformant, but remember his name was 10K on the Bay, and he wanted 10,000 items on eBay. And I guess that's a great goal. I mean, I can't say it's not a great goal, but if you don't have a good business running mind, right? I mean, if your mind is not into running a business, that's not a small operation. That's not a part-time operation. Because you think about how many people are part-time, real part-time, right? I mean, really the people that are, 10 to 15 hours a week and everything, right? How much, if that's what you're doing, how many items you think you could get on to where it's all manageable for yourself? So trying to push through the summer slowdown by just going ahead and saying, if I add 5 new items every single day, that's going to go ahead and get me through. Well, I guess it is if you're selling 5 to 10 every day, right? Because then at least you're going ahead and, you're trying to keep up what you have. But if you're still going to say, if I just keep listing, and the sales aren't there, what are you going to do? I mean, you can't just keep listing all the time. It's not retainable. You can't do that. Because at some point in time, when you get all these listings and something does happen and your store gets found and you start selling, you go from there to shipping, and now you add all that stuff in together. It's difficult.
Yeah, it's difficult for part-time.
Heidi, how you doing?
But for part-time, it probably wouldn't be possible, something like that. But, I think that the limitation that a person has to as much as they can grow, not just as a reseller, as a person in general,
right?
They are their own limitation. So, if a person is able to dedicate X amount of hours to be able to make their business into something that, they're able to have 10,000 items in their store and ship them out and have continuous sales, if they're able to manage that, that's, my hat goes off to them.
Heck yeah.
By themselves, I don't see that as possible, but who knows? Maybe it is possible for somebody to manage themselves if they're, maybe drop shipping. There's multiple ways there's multiple business models that could possibly work. But, I would say that, a person is their own, they need to be able to exceed themselves. They need to be able to exceed their limitations. They're going to grow their store so that to that size. I don't feel that it'll be possible to have 10,000 items in a store working on your store 15 hours a week. I don't think it's possible to have maybe 500 items in your store doing, well, maybe 500, but more than that, it'll probably be difficult on 10, 15 hours a week.
Oh yeah, you can't. I mean, well, I know I can't. I try. I mean, I try and stuff, and it's it's difficult. You just with everything else going on and stuff. I mean, it's just hard. I mean, because and again, why it does depend on what you're selling, right? Because there are items. Are you are you selling items that are easy to list or are a pain in the ass to list? Right.
I have both.
Right. So Mike's 800, and at one time he got 1,100 items.
It's that the higher that you go, it gets difficult to stay at that number. You know what I mean? So, like for example, Mike got to 1,100 at one point, but things start to sell.
Right.
So you're like listing, try to get it back up. I know that for me, getting to 200 was one of the most difficult things. It was first, okay, 50 items. All right, I got to 50 items, no problem. Then the challenge was getting to 100. Things would sell. I get to 100. Then 200 was the hardest one for me to get past. I got past 200, and immediately as I get to 200, it'd go back down like 5 items. So it's all right, everything sold. But getting over that was difficult.
Yeah, my highest was, I believe, 403. And I can't get back. I mean, I probably could get back. I mean, see, here's the thing. Here's the thing, folks. You can get to any number that you want to, because you can buy a whole bunch of crap and it'll stick around and sit in your store for years and years to come, right? So, I mean, the people that go ahead and get up to 1,100, then go down 800 and then have a hard time, think about it, they're buying the right stuff, right? They're buying stuff that sells. Mm-hmm. The people that say, I'm at 1,500 listings and I very rarely ever fall below, 1,400 listings. Well, there's a reason for that. And it's not because you have 1,500 items that everybody wants. It's because, you probably have a bunch of items that are waiting.
I can think of one of two reasons. But go ahead.
Well, I'm saying, if you have that many items up there, right? I mean, and you're saying, well, I never fall behind, I never really get below. Okay, but why? Again, why is it? Number one, to me, could be we all, like it is for everybody. You may have very long tail items. You may have specialty items. You may have that one item that you're basically just waiting for someone to Google search that, you know what I'm saying? And then they find your item. But Mike made a good point right there. He said, when you get that high, you can't keep up that pace and do everything else that needs to get done.
And I was gonna say the other reason for that is that your items are replenishable. You never run out of stock. So you would be able to keep 500. Like, let's say, for example, let's say I go and I walk to Publix is like 2 blocks from my house. There's like more than 2 blocks. There's like a couple streets over, but there's a Publix and a shopping center there and a 7-Eleven. Let's say I was to go to Publix, right? And take a picture of every item that they have in Publix. Every item that's in Publix is now in my eBay store. I'm selling every item. Something sells, I walk my ass over to Publix and I go and buy it and ship it out. That way, I would be able to keep 500, 1,000 items, no problem, right?
Damn, I never thought of that one.
It's a replenishable item.
I didn't think of that one. Damn you!
Going to Publix and he's going to pick aisle 4, taking a picture of all the pasta boxes.
I'm bringing me a couple. I'm getting me
$7.95.
I'm getting 2 small pieces of white poster board. Well, bam, right in the aisle, man. Bing, 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 bing. Done. List that sucker.
You know what I mean? But
sounds similar. Bam, 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 bam. Add my pictures. Done.
But you can do things like that. You can walk.
No, you're right.
You can walk into a store and then just buy one of it if you want. List it. They have it in the store. You don't gotta hold it. just sell it in your eBay store, walk over there, buy it, and ship it out. But if they don't have it, that's going to be a cancellation that you're going to have to do. I wouldn't recommend that for Amazon. I would recommend do that for eBay all day. Don't worry about it. Do it for eBay. Go take a picture of the item at Publix and put it in your store.
But Pete says, and it's talking, and it's. I think a lot of people get to that. It's funny. I met Sue today. She sells by Sue. She sells by Sue, I guess is right. Yeah. So Sue's going through some change. I guess her reselling processes. She's thinking what she wants to do and how she's trying to actually pare down a little bit. So she was selling. She was selling off a lot of her supplies and stuff. And tape and all those kinds of things. And Sue and I live actually only like 15 miles from each other, and we've known each other for 2.5 years now. And today was the first time we met and stuff, and we were talking about it. And Mike is a good point. He says, you get to that crossroads. And I think, crossroads happens a lot for people selling on eBay, Amazon, Walmart, Facebook, shops, Google, Mercari, trying to manage inventory. And it's been a real hassle. And you're right. I think the thing that happens is that you wind up to the point to where it just gets to be so much that you almost don't know where you don't know how to slow down because you're afraid to slow down. If I slow down, things are going to go ahead and get bad and stuff like that. And I think that's, something that, that affects people a lot.
I would advise against that. I would, and I say it because in the beginning when I was reselling, I was on all different platforms. I wasn't on Walmart. I was on Poshmark. I had a StockX account. I had eBay, Mercari, Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, all of those. I had everything. But in the beginning, I wasn't able to do any one of those exceptionally. You know what I mean? I was spreading myself too thin. So I decided to stick with what was working for me, which was eBay and Amazon. And I was able to do those two, with the time that I had exceptionally. I was able to manage eBay and Amazon very, very well. Sales, I was happy with where my sales and my business was growing with just those two platforms versus when I was spreading myself thin and, working with Mercari and then OfferUp and everything else, Poshmark. So I'd suggest that someone focus on one or two, maybe three if they're full-time, and work those very well and get those to be, exceptional for them. You know what I mean? It's like in anything. If you focus your attention on too many things, all of them, they're going to be mediocre. You can't tell me that you can focus on a million things and everything's going to come out fantastic. No. If you focus on one thing, it's like if you're starting a business, you're trying to start 7 businesses at once. You're going to have 7 mediocre businesses.
Right.
But if you focus on one business at a time and build that business to be exceptional, then you can focus on the second one and build that one to be exceptional business. And then at that point, you're going to have 2 exceptional businesses. Then you can focus on the third one and make that one to be a great business. But you can't build all 3 at the same time. Maybe you can, but I would suggest that, focus on one thing at a time.
Well, and there's where you go ahead and you get a little bit of of the issue from standpoint of is that even though they're all reselling sites, they all have their little idiosyncrasies. It's tough to list 6 items across 39 platforms because 39 platforms, there are different rules and everything. And
imagine you sell the same item 7 times in those 39 platforms on different sites. What do? You want to have one?
Right. And I think like Mike even says, there's no app that does it all. And I think that is true, and I think you have to realize that, there is no, with the selling sites being so different. I mean, look, I guess Walmart and Amazon are probably, you know, kind of, sort of, somewhat equal to each other, where Macari and Poshmark and eBay and, you know, like they're kind of their, you know what I'm saying, like they're similar and stuff like that.
Their business models, yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's where that's where you have, you know, the issue in that, you know, the way you work Amazon versus the way you work eBay. Let's just take those two alone. You know, they're so different that you have to go ahead and, you know, if you try and bring on more than that, it's going to get difficult, because learning the ins and outs of those two alone is a big thing. Hey, what did Mikey say? I'm working to where I can list in one place, push to Amazon, eBay, Walmart, Google, Facebook, shops. I have the app that will list and control the inventory.
See, that's what I would do. I would focus on eBay, Amazon, eBay, and Walmart. I'm not familiar with the way Google.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with the way Google works either.
And Facebook. But if you're seeing good, if it's working for you good on Google and Facebook, then yeah, that's exactly what I would do. I would stay focused on 2-3 of the main ones, and that's it. You know, which is eBay, Amazon, and then Walmart if you have it.
Yeah. But not if you hire 17 teenagers under the table.
If you hire 17 teenagers under the table, you need to be aware of, you know, the child labor laws and all of that. All right, so.
And realize you may hire 17, but probably only 4 are actually going to do anything.
Yeah, you're going to hire 17. It's going to be the equivalent of having like 3 grown men. No, that's not true. That's not true. It might be true for the following generation, the one after these 17-year-olds, but, you know, we'll see.
That's very true. No, but I mean, you know, the Walmart, I don't know. I mean, I'm glad Mike got on Walmart. I've heard a bunch of people who have tried to get on, but have not been able to get on to Walmart.
Yeah, I was one. I know why they didn't. I made a website because they asked me for your website, and this is for a fact. This is why I didn't, because they can go on Dun & Bradstreet and they can see the valuation of my company. You know what I mean? But my website, there's no way that they wouldn't want me to get an account. But what I did was I got my website and I put that up, and I gave Amazon my Walmart my website. But all I did was link it off to my eBay store. I had no items on my actual website.
I thought you were going to say you linked it to your Amazon store.
No, to the eBay store. Well, they asked me my Amazon store name. You know what I mean? I didn't want to give it to them. You know.
I don't know if I'd want to do that.
No, of course not.
But, you know, I mean, it's interesting. You know, the people that I find the people interesting and that can actually handle the, you know, the mics and everything, that can handle that many different selling platforms. Because when I was doing, you know, eBay and then I added Amazon, then I was like, oh, you know, let me add Poshmark. And I was like, holy crap, you know, it's just, you know, it's like, man, you know, yeah, I made a couple of sales, but it was like, you know what? It's just not worth the effort for, you know, from that place. Now, Bonanza, but, you know, but Bonanza's free and you don't really have to do anything other than wait to see the email that something sold and you ship it.
You know how long it's been since I checked to see if I'd sold anything on Bonanza. And I was raving about Bonanza. Yo, guys, Bonanza is free. You know, get into Bonanza, and I have like 7 items right now and not even know it.
I have 4. I had 2 sales on Bonanza last week. Actually, both of them were on Friday. Both of them were last Friday. I was like, you know, because you don't get notification. You know, the only time you get the only time I see it, I was going through email and I'm like, what the hell? Do you really? You have not? No, it's not.
That's how long it's been since my old phone.
Yeah, I mean, Bonanza's a great thing. I mean, we talked about it in the past. It has nothing to do with, maybe it would help you with summer slowdown, but if you're a new seller and you don't have and you're not on Bonanza, you need to be, especially because it's free. Number one, number two, all you do is link your eBay store to it. And when something sells, it either removes it from, if it sells on eBay, it removes it from Bonanza. If it sells on Bonanza, it removes it from eBay.
I was trying to treat Walmart like Bonanza and just link it to my eBay store.
There you go. But, you do have to pay attention to Bonanza, from that standpoint. So don't forget about Bonanza. It's a free site and everything. That is part of your PSA.
And actually, I've had items sold for Bonanza for a lot more than what I had it listed on eBay for.
Yeah, I had that happen. And the other key thing with Bonanza, and the reason, if you don't have a Bonanza account, if you're listening to this, if you've been here, or if you're watching this replay and it's 55 minutes in, another reason why you want to list on Bonanza, aside from it being free and you really don't have to do a damn thing, the fees are straight 9%. That's it. 9%, period, the end. They do everything eBay does. They collect the taxes for you. They remit the taxes. They do all that kind of stuff. But it's 9% no matter what category it's in. It's not, not like eBay where it's 12% plus 30 cents, all that kind of stuff. It's a 9%. Boom, you're done. You move on. So you actually want to make it some.
Don't sell sneakers on Bonanza.
Why?
Don't sell $100 sneakers on Bonanza. Why? Because eBay doesn't charge you.
Well, that's true. It's true. If you sell a sneaker that's over $100 on Bonanza, then you get hosed. Well, you don't get hosed, but you pay 9%. You pay nothing if you're eBay. So you save 9% that way.
Or charge like $9 more on shipping.
There you go. Increase your price. I don't know. I mean, it's the summertime is a great time. The summer slowdown, it's there and everything. Don't let it get it down. Don't let it get you down. And honestly, it's going to be what it's going to be. Set your expectations. Know that it's there. Again, it's typically not your issue, not your fault as a seller. It's just people are not sitting in front of their computers all day long. They go away on vacation and they're hanging out in a hotel or hanging out by the pool, whatever it may be. What's the matter?
I'm sorry, but I have to say, it's just, I'm thinking Mike's like Jerry Springer's final thought at the end of the episode. I'm thinking what you're saying, and I can't hold back the smile.
Wait till you see what's behind the curtain. Oh man, no, but hey, I mean that's really it for me. I'm not frozen. I just stand still. No, but hey, just have fun out there. Be safe. Wear your mask when you're in the store.
We don't have to do that anymore.
Stay 6 feet away from people.
We don't have to wear the mask. I went into the post office for the first time without a mask in over a year.
They didn't say anything to you?
No, because I went to they have a machine that you scan your packages before you put them inside the crate. And I used that machine and I put it in the crate before anybody can tell me anything. But
yeah, our machine that
wanted people to see me without a mask.
I know.
I was like, come on, guys, you take off your mask. We've all been vaccinated. But we've all been vaccinated.
It's the honor system.
Yeah.
I mean, like, yeah. See, at my post office, that machine is broken more than it works. There's always an out of order, or scale broken, or hey, will not print receipts, or there's always some kind of freaking message on that damn machine.
Well, I'm all right with the receipt because I just have it emailed to myself.
Yep, that's what I do.
That's what always happens. It's always out of paper. They never have any receipts.
Yep. Yeah. So with that, let's go ahead and wrap it up. Let's put a little bow on this one and put it to bed. Well, put it underneath the tree for Christmas. We have to wait a few months to open it, though. Oh, wait. Oh, look who it is. Look who it is. Hello, Sue. Went in today, had to have a mask.
I mean, it still says on the front door that you have to have a mask to go inside, but I just wanted people to see me that, because here in Florida, I mean, well, I think, the president said that if you've been vaccinated, you don't have to wear a mask, right? So
that's right.
But Home Depot, Walmart, Walgreens, where else? So those three for sure, you don't have to have a mask here in Miami, if you've been vaccinated.
Sorry. Yeah, so I met Sue today. It was awesome. It was great. It was great finally meeting Sue, the legend. She's probably smiling right now or going, "Oh my gosh, I can't."
Sue played a huge role in the Bad Boys of Reselling and the Resellers Unite from the very beginning. She was probably like one of the first mods, When we were new, me and Alex, we were brand new to reselling, you know what I mean? We learned so much from Sue. Definitely appreciate you, Sue.
Yeah. I most certainly did also. Like I was saying, we've chatted in lives and everything for, I don't know, probably 2 years now, and to finally go ahead and meet, and we only live like 15 miles apart. It wasn't like it wasn't like they had to travel many, many miles to go ahead and meet up somewhere. It was like, oh, really? You're just over in Kennesaw? Wow. Type of thing.
Yeah, just a couple blocks over, huh?
Yeah, it wasn't that far.
Well, hopefully no hurricanes come this year, but if they do, I'm always set it up that way. If a hurricane category 4 or larger in the vicinity of my house, this house turns into a turtle. All right, with panels, turns into a turtle, big shell around the house.
Yeah,
and I'm out of here.
What are you going to do with your birds now?
The birds is coming with me.
It's going to be a loud car ride.
That's all right.
That the birds behind your left shoulder?
Yeah, those are some of them.
Nice.
This one right here is a rescue. His beak was broken. Well, here, let me show you guys so everybody can see the notice. Come here, guy.
I told my wife the same thing, Sue. I met Sue today. I know her from YouTube. She's like, "Where are you going?" And I told her, "Holy cow, he's loose.
Come here.
Don't crap on his shoulder."
It's a little lovebird. He likes just hanging out on the shoulder. He doesn't want to be anywhere else. He gets underneath the beard and gets warmth, and he starts biting my ear.
What kind of bird is he?
It's a lovebird. I don't know if it's a he or a she. I'll find out next week.
You'll find out next week.
Yeah, I'm having him DNA tested.
Oh. He's very nice.
His beak was a little bit cracked. He's got one of his wings that they had clipped his wing. Well, he's all right.
So how do you, I know this has nothing to do with what we're talking about, so who cares though, but we don't really give a crap about that. How was he a rescue? Was he from a person that?
No, he was in the PE field at my sister-in-law's school, and she called me to go and pick him up. And then when I got there, he's got his color back now in his beak. You see how his beak is orange? His beak was pale white and it was cracked. And now he looks a lot better. and he was in worse condition, but now he's starting to get color back and more active. He was super weak when we found
him. Oscar Doolittle.
The bird's pronouns are I don't know. It's him, shim.
Shim.
Yeah, that's his pronoun. Shim.
He's very nice looking.
Yeah, you see the wing? He clipped the wing.
They clipped it so he wouldn't fly?
I found him like that. The other wing is fine.
Oh, wow.
But this one was clipped.
That's amazing. I mean, from somebody's house, more than likely, right?
He's smart. He knows how to open up the cage. So I got to put like clips on the cage because he lifts it up. So he probably got out.
I'm saying, so you're probably from somebody's house, right?
Shim probably got out.
Shimmy got out. Shanana got out. But what I'm saying, I mean, in the middle of a PE field, that's I mean, that's a lot of flying to do for that little guy, huh?
Yeah, no. And if a chicken hawk or a hawk or would have seen him, that would have been the end for him. Because we got those down here.
He would have been somebody's lunch.
Yeah. He
would have been a snack.
Come on, you're on YouTube. There's millions of people watching you. Say hello.
John Jones says he flies in circles with one bad wing.
Yeah, he flies all over the place. Yeah, mostly to the left.
Well, that's cool. So how many, let's turn this into a bird interview now. So how many birds do you have now?
I have 5.
5. So now do you have to get a second lovebird once you find out what that one is, if he's a male or a female?
I don't know. That's something that I'm gonna have to decide, because I know that once they have a mate,
yeah,
they're gonna go back to their instinct, and he's not gonna be like this probably. That I can just have him on my finger. He'd probably not be so tame if he had a mate. So I don't know. I might just keep him like this, or maybe I'll get him a mate. I don't know. I haven't decided. Get Shim a mate.
Get Shim a mate, then I mean, then you make more Shims.
Maybe.
Next thing you know, you have a bundle of Shims.
Yeah, but it's cool to have Shim like this. Yeah,
well, that's true. You can't play with 2 Shims.
No. All right, back in the cage.
All right, back in the cage. Have you named Shim?
Yeah, his name is Kiwi.
Kiwi?
Yep.
I mean, I don't mean to say anything, but do all you bird people all have at least one bird that's named Kiwi?
Really? Who else has a bird named Kiwi?
My sister had a bird, it was Kiwi. My friend had a bird, it was Kiwi. Other people I know had a bird, it was Kiwi. Kiwi is the name.
No, this is Kiwi.
All right, well, there you go. It's like the 4th bird Kiwi that I know. It's like, call him Butch. Hey, Butchie, how you doing?
The other 4 birds are named blue, green, yellow, and green and blue.
Oh, very nice.
By the color.
And when will 2 of those birds turn into more birds?
Soon.
Yeah,
probably in a month or so, maybe. Hopefully. We'll see.
Nice. Well, folks, there is your bird update in this week's show. Please stay tuned and keep coming back for more bird updates as they continue to grow.
Next week. Come back next week for that bird update.
That's right.
That's a big bird update.
Another reselling show, the bird segment. The blue and the yellow made the green bird. According to this, that's what Sue said.
The blue and the yellow are both males, so that's not possible. At least in my case. But you know, if we're talking about primary colors, then yeah.
Oh boy, here we go. Rap. Off the rails we go. Train wreck. 47 car derailment.
I hope nobody got offended by that.
It's 2021. Anything is possible. That is true. Maybe the bird does not, you know, maybe the bluebird doesn't feel like being a male bird anymore.
No comment.
Oh my goodness gracious.
He's gonna identify as a lizard, a frog, or something.
Right. The bird is identifying as a cow. I don't want to be a bird anymore. I want to be something that something won't eat. That's what I'm going to pick. That's what I want to identify as. All right. Let's wrap this sucker up. So, hey, again, everybody, thanks for showing up. Much appreciated you taking time out of your night to go ahead and be here. You know, please, hey, you know, if you haven't hit the thumbs up, please go right ahead. If you're not subscribed to either one of our channels, please go ahead and subscribe. This way you'll know when we do this awesome show every week at Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern. And you'll know when you can come and join the fun. So, Oscar, final words, sir?
I guess if I was going to say anything to end the show, what I took most for it was to, you know, think outside the box and adapt better to the situation. If you're seeing slowing in your sales, just look at some things that may be obvious and right in front of you. Just look at it in a new way. You know, when you're out in a store, as Mike said before, look for these empty shelves. You know, kind of look at things that are right in front of you that you may have overlooked in the past, and that could be the key to, you know, to improving your sales. But aside from that, check us out this Saturday on That Man the Flippers channel. Bad Boys of Reselling. I know we're gonna have a great show. It's gonna be interesting topics as it always is, because we script all of our shows. No, we don't, but whatever. Anyways, definitely check it out. That's at 9 p.m. on That Man the Flippers channel, and then another reselling show next week on my channel at 10 p.m.
Yepers. And we got you know, my son and I's channel, you know, Huddle card collection in the description. If you're into sports cards, go ahead and check us out. If you're into breaks and you want, if you know, like breaks is where, you know, you basically buy a team and you get all the cards as they get opened up. We have announced our first break on Instagram. We're doing so when that fills up, we'll do that. And you know, on Instagram there's a post. All the teams are listed with how much they're going to be, includes shipping and everything. So you pay one price, you get all those cards for that team that we pull out of that, or any boxes, any packs we open up that night. So if you're interested, jump over to Instagram, look us up there. Instagram link is in the description. With that, again, everybody, thank you very much. Oscar, always a pleasure. Thanks a lot. Good chatting, good talk, good topic. We'll keep it going. If you guys got any suggestions, leave comments, and let us know. We'll go ahead and do a show on it. Talk to everybody later. Have a great night.